Tyler here, your Christian personal trainer, and if you know anything about me, the one fandom that I love is Disney. So why wouldn't I put both of those things together and make this amazing list of the top 5 things you can do at Disneyland to stay fit? So I have been to Disneyland roughly 100 plus times, and by 100 plus times, it's really more in the 200 plus times. I've been there way more times than I would like to actually proclaim on the internet. But with that said, I know most of the ins and outs of Disneyland Park, and so I have put together this list of things to do to stay active and not, gain the weight, stay fit, all of that fun stuff, because Disneyland is a hot spot for delicious treats that will, what's the word I'm looking for? Not help you lose weight is the nice way to word that. So here is my top 5 list of ways to stay fit at Disneyland. First off, though, I do want to give 2 honorable mentions. The first being all of the Disneyland resort hotels have a fitness center in them. Most hotels in the general area of Disneyland have a fitness center in them. So that's an easy way to wake up a little bit before you'd go to the park. Maybe knock out a couple of miles on a treadmill. If you're lucky, your fitness center has more than just a treadmill, and it's got some sort of lifting of weights mechanism. More often than not, they've got, kind of a all-in-one tower type of a thing in them. So that's my honorable mention number 1. And honorable mention number 2 is Toy Story Mania. If you have ridden this ride, and if you are as competitive as I am, this ride will blow out your forearms. By tugging that rope, trying to hit all the targets, my forearms at the end of that ride are blasted. So here's my top 5, and they are in order of obvious to not as obvious of a fitness activity while at Disneyland. So number 5 is going to be the Disney runs. You can go to DisneyRun.com. There'll be a link in the description below, and that will give you all of the information you remotely could want for Disneyland and these runs. They're a great time. They've got 5Ks, 10Ks, half-mile marathons, full marathons. They're themed. They're for the family. They're for individuals. There's a lot of work that now goes into those, and they are quite the event. On a pro note, do not go to Disneyland the weekend of those events. But if you are a runner or remotely like to run or just are into fitness of any kind, I highly suggest doing at least the 5K because it's fun. I've done it. Here's a picture. And it's cool because you run through the park before the park is open. So you kind of get to see that behind the scenes visuals. They've got floats out, characters there waving to you while you're running around. It's a good time by all. So highly suggest doing it at least once, but if you can, I highly suggest not going to the park the weekend of that because it is an automatic crowd infestation. Number 4. This one everybody does while they are at the park, and they might not know it, but by going to the park itself, on average, you are going to walk approximately 10 miles a day. So, general rule of thumb is if you were to walk a mile, you're going to lose 100 calories. It's an extra 1,000 calories you're going to be burning. Here's the hard part, though. Guarantee you will be putting that back into your system, because who doesn't need to eat at least 3 churros every day that they are in Disneyland? Number 3. This is when we get to the more creative. You have to be proactive in doing these events for a fitness regiment while at the park. So number 3 is the Red Creek play area in Disney California Adventure. This is the area that used to be Brother Bear area. It's now themed more with the Up Boy Scout themed. But this is a giant play area basically. And I've done this a handful of times with my daughter, and we'll do it with my son when he's old enough to do it. But there's running around, there's things to climb on, there's things to crawl on. Even as an adult, just playing with the 2-year-old, I break a sweat. So if I was to be proactive and actually do it in a way to be physically fit, this would be a great place to get a quick little functional movement workout in. Number 2 is going to be, I'm actually really excited that this is coming back because it's officially back now, the canoes. Around the great waterway that is there around Pirates Cove, or Tom Sawyer's Island, as I still like to call it. But the canoes, you get a amazing arm workout by doing the canoes. What's awesome is you are actually powering this canoe. There is no hidden motor, there's no hidden pulley system. You are rowing this canoe. So you will be getting an amazing arm workout. The one downfall to this is you're only going to be rowing on one side. So you might have to ride it twice to get a nice balance. So maybe one day you go around it on the left side and then the other day on the right side. The number 1 best way to stay fit at Disneyland. This is one that I just recently heard about and I have never done. But it sounds amazing and I highly suggest you doing it. If you stay in a Disneyland hotel, so that's the Disneyland Hotel, Paradise Pier Hotel, or the Grand California, you can sign up at your concierge and you can do the 6 a.m., I know it's early, but the 6 a.m. power walk around the park. It is a 2-mile cast member led walk around Disneyland before the park opens. In the little description that you can read about during the recreational area on all of the hotels website, it talks about, there's no pictures, but it sounds phenomenal, and it's cast member led, so they're going to be pointing out stuff that maybe you don't know about, or maybe you do know about. But seeing it at 6 a.m. when cast members are probably still there cleaning up and doing stuff would be really kind of a cool thing to do. So that is the number 1 way to stay fit at Disneyland. I know it is just power walking, but doesn't that sound awesome? You get to power walk, so you could probably do a light jog. 2, you get to be in the park before anybody else. And then 3, you get to probably learn some pretty cool things about the park without having to pay a dime, because, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, it's free. So that is my top 5 with 2 honorable mention ways to stay fit while at Disneyland. If you like what I'm doing here at 517 Fitness, where I help you, oh, it just got really dark, lose weight and gain faith, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you like the Disneyland or just the top 5 type stuff, hit that thumbs up button. All right, God bless, finish strong, and I will see you in the next video.